Drake and PartyNextDoor just dropped some sexy songs for you, but the reception has been anything but smooth. With hip-hop fans still divided over the Kendrick Lamar beef, this project has been met with everything from praise to criticism, and of course, some classic Drake pettiness along the way. Did this album deliver a new era for Drake, or does it signal a decline in his dominance? Let's break it all down. For months, fans speculated on what Drake's next move would be following his high-profile feud with Kendrick Lamar. Rather than dropping a direct response or a rap-heavy album, Drake teamed up with longtime OVO signee PartyNextDoor for a project full of R&B-infused slow jams. Some sexy songs for you arrived at an interesting time, just weeks after Kendrick's explosive Super Bowl performance and his Grammy win for Not Like Us. With that context, the stakes were high. Would this project be a distraction from the battle rap narrative? Would Drake stans embrace it as a return to Drake's R&B bag? Or would it be dismissed as another misstep in an already shaky era for him? You let us know what you think in the comments. The album itself leans heavily into the moody, atmospheric R&B that fans love from Drake and PND. Some praised it as a much-needed return to the Take Care and Nothing Was the Same era of Drake's career, smoother, more melodic, and vibey. But not everyone is feeling it. Some argue that the album lacks real standout moments, that it feels more like background music than a fully fleshed-out statement. Others feel like this was the wrong project at the wrong time, especially since the conversation around Drake lately has been about his ability to hold his own in rap battles, not his ability to make bedroom anthems. And then there's the numbers. Early projections suggested Some Sexy Songs would open with around 250,000 units in its first week. While those numbers might look solid, they pale in comparison to previous Drake releases, and they're not far from what GNX is still doing weekly, months after its release. In an industry where first-week numbers often dictate public perception, this has led to plenty of discussion about whether Drake's star power is fading. While the album delivers what fans expect sonically, it also contains numerous subliminal shots, particularly aimed at Kendrick Lamar, Joe Budden, and even media figures like Ebro. Coming off the biggest hip-hop battle in recent history, it seems Drake isn't quite done taking jabs, so let's break down the hidden messages, the disses, and what this means for Drake's ongoing feuds. Ever since Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us dominated the culture and cemented his win in their highly publicized rap battle, many have speculated whether Drake would fully move on. But Some Sexy Songs makes it clear he hasn't. While Drake plays the victim in his lawsuit against Kendrick and others, arguing that they conspired to ruin his career, this album contradicts that stance. He continues to throw shots, even reviving the beef when the world had seemingly moved on. One of the most blatant moments comes on Give Me a Hug, where Drake takes aim at Kendrick's style, suggesting that hip-hop has changed for the worse with rappers needing dictionaries to understand their own lyrics. It's a clear jab at Kendrick's intricate wordplay and layered lyricism. But instead of positioning himself as a superior artist, this diss reads more like frustration. Almost like Drake resents Kendrick for making intelligent, thought-provoking rap popular again. Another track sees Drake downplaying the significance of Not Like Us by referencing the song title in reverse, saying, "We're not like them, and they're not like us." While this line attempts to regain control of the narrative, it inadvertently reinforces just how much Not Like Us has haunted Drake. Instead of flipping the script, it further reminds fans of his loss in the battle. Drake doesn't stop at Kendrick. He also takes shots at media figures who have been critical of him. One of the more direct targets is Joe Budden. On Give Me a Hug, Drake references Joe's The Joe Budden podcast, calling out co-host Melissa Ford. Given that Joe has been vocal about Drake's decline post-Kendrick, it's no surprise that Drizzy felt the need to respond. Another standout moment on the album isn't even a lyric, it's a social media move. After Kendrick swept the Grammys, Drake posted that he was using his Grammy trophies as doorstops, an attempt to downplay the award's significance. However, fans were quick to pull up past footage of Drake proudly displaying his Grammys in his Toosie Slide music video. This contradiction paints a picture of an artist struggling to accept his place in the current hip-hop landscape. Ever since Kendrick Lamar's Grammy sweep and Super Bowl performance, Drake has been on the defensive, throwing subliminals and trying to regain control of the narrative. But the question remains, can Drake still deliver a classic album while in damage control mode? Many fans believe that Some Sexy Songs For You is simply Drake trying to escape the heat of the Kendrick beef by dropping a laid-back R&B project with PartyNextDoor. Meanwhile, die-hard Drake supporters argue that the album proves he doesn't care about the noise and is sticking to what he does best, making music for the vibes, not the drama. At the end of the day, Some Sexy Songs For You is another chapter in Drake's ongoing evolution as an artist navigating an industry that no longer bends entirely to his will. His disses may keep the conversation going, but whether they'll shift the tide in his favor remains to be seen. Is Drake still the top dog in hip-hop, or is he fighting a battle he's already lost? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.